Hello everyone, it's me, Circuit Main. I'm sure by clicking on this, you might be wondering what happened with episode 500. After all, it's such an amazing number to reach for any show, let alone a Brony podcast, that something unique would have to happen with it. Well, first off, let me start by making some quick acknowledgements. I was hoping I would be able to showcase this avatar on my personal channel. However, it looks like this will be the first time instead. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Lightning Bliss for the creation of this avatar. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Rift Cafe. They made these nice background assets available to anyone and really helped me with my atmosphere here. Anyway, to get back on track, we have been eagerly working on episode 500 way back when we were in the late 400s and realized that we could very well hit this milestone with the show. Of course, I wanted to give a spectacular episode for you all to both celebrate this achievement over a decade in the making and due to the stubbornness of a green unicorn. However, as the situation would have it, there always seemed to be an issue with any plans we had for the episode. We initially thought about doing an animation, as we had had a few in our history, but nothing recent. We even had a few ideas about making it a story animation about moving the studio into the bar that is now in our show lore, and having little visual gags and cameo appearances from previous co hosts and friends of the show. However, time and energy were not on our side, as well as finances to pursue, so we had to abandon this after a time. The next idea was also to do a ship fix set with everyone. This, however, also failed to finances, mostly trying to get the packs to everyone that would want one. So we started to think smaller and more in the moment. We realized 500 would have landed at the same time as Everfree Northwest, so we started to plan around that. Unfortunately, issues and a holiday derailed that a little. Since time was growing shorter, a thought was had to record something live while at Everfree, since a lot of us were there and we could use that for something special, never done before on the show. Unfortunately, poor lighting and schedule conflicts also got in the way. Ultimately, a week away, a brilliant plan was hatched by one crazy unicorn. With everything we planned going up in flames, it seemed as if 500 was doomed. So, we would have fun with the idea. The thought was made we would have a wake for episode 500, the episode with so much promise that passed before its time to shine. A quirky idea, with improv and little jokes about everything that could have happened, but never did. Unfortunately, it appears this also would not happen due to sudden recent events. So, with this in mind, it became apparent to us. Episode 500 was cursed. It wasn't that the episode was doomed to fail. This episode is doom in itself. A destructive, evil force, the likes of which was enough to take out a Highlander. Something so vicious and horrible it cannot be done. But this was a crossroads. It ensured its survival. No show would have gone to 500 could ever skip past it. It had to be made. We had to make a decision. Do we make the greater sacrifice and end the show at 499, just short of our goal, but to save what was left of the universe from the curse of 500, but forever lamenting that we were just at the edge of triumph and couldn't cross? No, we were too brave and stupid to allow such a curse to stop us. But we could not allow it to see the light of day. So, the episode was made. It does exist. However, we changed the rules. The episode was fully recorded, nothing live. We did something specially unique, but we can never talk about it. The episode was not destroyed, but now it is forever locked away in a hidden vault in an undisclosed location. All assets created with it also locked away, never to be used again. Completely self-contained. We have no plans to ever release it, but we also felt it would be unfair to not explain why the podcast would suddenly go to 501. So, here we are. 500 does exist, but it will never see the light of day. The curse will exist forever, but it will never touch anything else. Anyway, thank you for your time, and we hope you continue to enjoy The Brony Show for as long as we go. Hopefully now, curse free.